All right. Hi. I don't know who she is, but I've been seeing everyone just jumping in the situation like everyone subscribed to. So, let's check it out.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. So, I've had a lot of people
Hmm.
asking me to cover and give my thoughts on the situation with this VTuber Cinder. You see,
Yeah.
recently information has come out about Cinder that she's been basically working behind the scenes with her manager Red or Redacted to
Mm-hmm.
try and sabotage the careers of various other VTubers.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Why though? Why? What's the point? The fuck do you gain by trying to fuck everyone else?
In various ways. Now, as you guys probably know, I've recently been slammed covering all this English
Wow.
voice actor stuff
Okay.
in the industry, and so I've had a lot to catch up on regarding this Cinder situation that's been occurring over the last few days. But last night and this morning, I've been catching up quite a bit, and I think I got a pretty good idea of what's been happening. So in this video, I will try and
Yeah.
explain and give a summary, also sharing my opinion. We'll also take a
Yeah. Please do because I don't know anything. New B2 drama just dropped. So.
look at a few clips and Cinder's apology and how it's being received. Spoiler alert, not well at all. And I believe this all starts with a statement issued by the artist Nanoless, who
Mm.
provided a lot of evidence, including screenshots in a Google Doc where Cinder, along with her manager, Redacted or Red, who I
Okay.
believe people are also saying is Cinder's boyfriend, were
Mm.
essentially trying to get Nanoless to impede the business of other VTubers like Silvervale and Bao. Basically,
Wow. What? I know Bao. I love Bao. What the fuck?
Cinder and Red trying to sabotage the careers of these other VTubers out of spite for them, out of jealousy,
Huh?
stuff like that. For example, some of the things that Cinder and Red were
Oh, fuck off. Okay, now I get why everyone's on her ass. Okay.
doing to Silvervale include sabotaging Silvervale's commissions, trying to
Hmm?
pressure Nanolist to stop working
Hmm?
on Silvervale's live 2D birthday model, spreading malicious rumors and lies about Silvervale to Nanolist to try and justify this sort of sabotage. And then a really weird situation at TwitchCon 2023 where Cinder took an unconsented photo with Silvervale during a meet and greet and posted it online. And from what I've read throughout
This just makes me so sad that there's people like that. There's just people who are suffering so much they just wanna fuck everyone else. Wow, they're so miserable. They want everyone else to be as well.
all this stuff, it seems like Cinder was trying to use this picture as some sort of attempt at getting clout by posting it online.
Huh?
Further corroborating this really weird behavior by Cinder towards Silvervale is also
Okay.
statements that came out recently from Aru, in which Aru basically claims that Cinder was trying to befriend Aru with the sole purpose of trying to use Aru to get to Silvervale. Aru providing multiple examples where Cinder was DMing her, trying to get her to create some sort of collab with Cinder and Silvervale, and it just comes off like Cinder was really just trying to use these people for her own potential gain to try and further her own VTuber career. And when Silvervale
Uh
wasn't
huh.
really showing any interest in collabing with Cinder, it seemed like that's part of what really set Cinder off, and she then kept trying to sabotage Silvervale's career behind the scenes. Also, essentially,
Damn, I've been doing it all wrong. I've been posting every day and doing polls and shit. No, I apparently the way to do it was to be an asshole to other people. Apparently.
cutting off her communications with Aru, which once again is part of why Aru felt like Cinder was just trying to use her to get to Silvervale. But Cinder and Red, they weren't done
Fuck.
there, as Cinder and Red were also trying to sabotage Bao's career by similarly also trying to get Nanolist to cancel
Okay. All right, now we're getting to Bao. Now this one's gonna piss me off because I love Bao. So,
commissions
oh,
for Bao, saying really weird things like, Bao's been getting on our nerves for a while. This quote that's really ironic has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. They said about Bao, and providing no evidence of Bao doing that, of course. As
tell me you don't know her without telling me you don't know her. The fuck.
we know, it turns out Cinder and Red were actually the ones doing that stuff to other people, amongst other terrible things. Then there's the VTuber Spite, who Cinder was also extraordinarily petty to. You see, it looks like Cinder and Red, they're both very upset at Spite for having the audacity to also have, like, flame-themed ears and, like,
Huh?
fire themes for
Oh, I have those, by the way. I have those. Can you see them? That's so stupid.
VTuber. pretty grade school level stuff here. And
Bro.
then there was a bunch of really weird actions
Okay, so she's gonna come after me, I guess. I have them, so she's not gonna come after me, it seems.
with Cinder seemingly trying to overshadow Spite. Like when Spite would announce a new Live 2D model and like new merch, then
Mm-hmm.
coincidentally Cinder would also start announcing things either on the same day or shortly after. This led Spite to believe
Wow.
that somehow Cinder was monitoring her work and, as mentioned, trying to do what she could to like overshadow Spite. Spite going on to say that she felt unfairly targeted by Cinder, receiving onto hate despite not even having any direct interaction with Cinder. So that was something really similar to Silvervale there too. Like, to my understanding, Silvervale never really interacted with Cinder, and as mentioned just now, same
What
thing
the
with Spite.
fuck?
Yet Cinder really tried to go after these people, really tried to do what she could to either like use them for her own gain, and then in the case of Silvervale, when that wouldn't work out so well, trying to just like sabotage Silvervale's career, and then of course all this petty behavior to Spite because how dare she
Move on! Jesus Christ, this is what happens when you don't have a real job. What the fuck? You have way too much free time. Fuck off. I just came from work. I'm tired, so I started doing this shit. Apparently, she has nothing else to do.
also have like a somewhat similar design kind of thing going on. Like it's seriously some of the most
Jesus.
pathetic stuff. I feel like I lose IQ just like talking about this because just knowing that people act like this, like Cinder and Red were acting
How old is she? I just realized I don't even know how old she's supposed to be. Is she like 14? I doubt it. Is she is 14? Okay, I guess I get it. She's immature, she's stupid. If she's like over 20, that's insane that you're still acting like that.
this lame and pathetic, this petty,
Yeah,
this malicious. It's just gross. Like what's wrong with some of these people? Oh, we're not done
jeez.
there by the way. Cinder and Red were also going after SHILILY. So it sounds like Cinder was mad at SHILILY
Also, I love her. This bitch is just going after everyone. What the fuck?
because SHILILY wasn't contacting her as frequently as they were before. This
Huh?
led to Red trying to pressure Nanolith into revealing personal information about SHILILY, which falls in line with the theme that we've been talking about throughout this video already, with Red and Cinder trying to like monitor other VTubers and what they're doing. And just to be clear about the context here, it does sound like SHILILY was a friend of Cinder, so this wasn't like the situation with Cinder and Silvervale and Cinder and Spite where
My mouth has just been constantly open just hearing this news. I cannot believe how stupid and awful this person is. Holy shit.
there really wasn't like any relationship there at all. And it just goes to show that, you know, no one was safe from Cinder and Red. Whether you were an acquaintance, a friend, or had no relationship, no interaction at all with Cinder, she might feel some sort of petty way towards you and try to do malicious things to you behind the scenes.
The
Obviously, I've only
fuck?
been showing very small bits and pieces of all this stuff. There's like so much pages and pages in Google Docs.
Hmm.
So if you want to like read all that on your own, the information is out there. But let me just show you
Okay.
like this, for example. I can't believe how weird this guy is, man. This Red guy. Real piece of work. Messages Nanolith and says this about SHILILY. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. Bro, it's so insecure. Meanwhile, SHILILY thinks like, oh yeah, you know, Cinder's a friend of mine. Like, we get along, we're friends. Meanwhile,
You're so pathetic. You're such a sad person. Holy shit.
behind the scenes, Cinder and her manager are acting like this towards her, just treating her as competition and trying to dissuade people from working with her. I want to quickly, specifically talk about this one too, where Red's like, well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you, to Nanolith, to not take on any brand new model clients, and to not make any new models slash outfits with that person again. You'd still be able to work on model slash outfits with all your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected.
Yeah, this bitch sounds like the Paimon voice actress. Like so entitled, like, oh, I'm telling you to do this. Shut the fuck up.
One of our concerns is that the more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. Bro,
Huh?
straight up loser behavior.
Yeah.
You're really that insecure? Oh my gosh, if a lot of people have the same model creator, model mama, like we're worried about the value of our model. Like, bro, just focus on being an entertaining VTuber, or I guess this isn't Cinder. This is Cinder's manager, but like that's all Cinder would have to do. Just be entertaining.
Bro, that's so sad. What happened to this person to make them like that? Something must have happened. I don't know. They had like a abusive childhood or something. People don't just naturally have this stupid way of thinking. Just insanely stunned, like emotionally stunned. I don't
Be
know.
genuine. Be a good person. And just so we're
Stunted.
clear, based off other stuff out there too, it absolutely does sound like Cinder is well aware, has been well aware that Redacted's been doing this sort of thing behind the scenes to try and sabotage the careers of other VTubers and ones that it seems like Cinder has been specifically saying to Red she's like viewing as competition and whatever. Anyways, back to this. Red then says, and the second is that there's a few people we would
Dude, have fun. Watch Uncle Roger. What the fuck? Are you trying to compete? Who gives a shit?
just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. I love how this is like actually an indirect
Oh my god.
insult to Cinder. So the only thing that makes Cinder unique is the artwork. So she's not unique at all in her personality, like as her
Mm-hmm.
own person. Like, great look right there, bro. Really shows how insecure these people are. Now I'd like to play a
Bro.
brief portion of Bao addressing the situation, and I think she's spot on with what she says here.
What in
Oh,
Oregon?
oh, fuck off, YouTube. Fuck off. Right as she was about to speak. Come on. Right, her apology 1 out of 10. Uh, we haven't gotten to the apology. Let's see.
At hand.
Play a brief portion of
Oh
Bao
no.
addressing the
Oh no, she's crying.
situation, and I think she's spot on with what she says here.
What were these delusional stakes at hand? You know what I mean? Like it's
But I was never gonna see this. I just wanna say, don't let these people drag you down, okay? You don't have to feel sad. You don't have to feel anything. You need to you get pissed off, like straight up. I'm not sad for shit. I'm angry. I'm just angry. Don't let these people affect you.
it's not like we're in high school and
Yeah,
competing for prom queen or anything, you know? Like it's people's livelihoods, it's people's businesses, it's
yeah.
people's brands.
This is a hobby, but for me, but yeah.
This that affects them. Like and I
Please,
thought
please. Do not be sad because other people are shitty. Please.
we established that by meeting each other in person that behind this avatar is a human being with feelings and thoughts and dreams and it sounds really fucking corny when I say it.
No, it's not. It's not. People forget. Start to treat people like, especially famous people, like they're not human beings once you reach a certain level. So, and they need to be reminded of that all the time.
But it's true.
On April 26, Cinder posted this statement that reads, effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able. This post getting a community note that reads,
Wow.
Cinder revealed themselves, as well as Vamps Peaches VT that Redacted/Red was Cinder's partner. Moreover, per Bao's, Nanolis, and Silvervale's account, Redacted acted with Cinder's knowledge and
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't. I mean, it's happened a few times. Remember Russia and others who I'm not gonna mention. I don't care. I don't know why anyone cares. That story is like Japanese thing, and it's toxic as fuck. I don't know why anyone gives a shit.
and consent, both of which directly engaged in libel towards other creators. Following that up, Cinder made this Google Doc post titled My Apology.
Oh, here
now,
we go.
similarly to what we've been doing throughout this video, I'm not going to read the entire thing out loud, but I will summarize it. So Cinder does apologize to a number of the people that were negatively impacted by the actions of her and Red. However, she seems to try and deflect a lot of the blame onto Red, which is one of the main critiques that she's currently getting, that she's deflecting, or as some people say, she's gaslighting.
Yep.
Other issues people
Typical.
take with the apology are, for example, where she talks about her unhealthy work-life balance, and a section where Cinder says that she's always had a low social battery. But this has led to many people criticizing her as trying to use mental
Bitch, so do I. Heck, it's gonna be hard to find someone with a lower one than me. And I'm not acting like you. That's not an excuse. You're just a fucking asshole.
health as some sort of
Jesus.
excuse here, which obviously would not be a good excuse at all. As at least in my opinion, that certainly doesn't excuse the actions of
Yeah.
trying to manipulate things and people behind the scenes, trying to sabotage people,
Yeah.
backstabbing people, lying about people, all this stuff, right? There's really no excuse for those actions. Now we'll take a look at the response that SHILILY posted on Cinder's apology. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute
Go off. Crash out. Let's fucking go.
insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most
Hell
supportive
yeah.
of you has been devastating, and I've never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting. Reading and hearing how you've really viewed me behind my back, not just through screenshots of your man,
Let's
but also your very
go.
own messages, while having to sit here and read through these BS lies you spin, makes me want to vomit. The claim
Fuck
that you didn't know
yeah.
a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to, when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person,
Fuck
sharing
yeah.
every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends, is sickening.
Yep.
I've experienced your own actions without Red, in a situation where in your own screenshotted words you express a pleasure to live up to what Lily is,
You love to see it. You love to see it.
and
SHILILY goaded.
proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning, just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for
And you know the sad part? They're the same thing. You're not a competition. You're a friend, or could have been. It's not this. It's not two different things actually.
failing them, just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-card collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save you when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why
Yep.
blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career?
Yep.
Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're welcome, by the way.
Yes. Let's fucking go.
You claim that it's just business. But in the business world, there has to be accountability, and all you've done is try and shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion,
Yep.
you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans.
Let's fucking go.
Pyro pups deserve better. There are thousands of responses to SHILILY, and all of the ones that I can see through scrolling and